Well, we're live. Good morning. Welcome to another Nerd Stalker interview. We're stalking greatness here. We're good morning. This is Grave Lawyer, aka Social Gray on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network. Today we speak with Eric Yaverbaum, the Chief Community Officer of Saving America, which is a kind of a new social media site that's launched in September as a digital town hall that facilitates Americans to engage in intelligent discussions about issues that matter the most. Quickly, a little bit about Eric Yaverbaum. He's a New York Times best-selling author and a public relations executive based in New York. And for many years, Eric's been on frequent contributor to Fox News, MSNBC, Huffington Post, and where he's really commented on issues at the intersection of like politics, social media, and technology. And having a conversation offline, it was very apparent that he really tracks this to the nth degree, and it's really cool to see someone who actually tracks it holistically like he does. So anyway, good morning, Eric. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you're live from New York there?
By you. I'm very happy to be stalked by you.
Thank you, and we're stalking greatness here, so we'll expect that here on this channel.
And my mom will love you for saying that.
So anything you want to tell the Nerd Stalker audience about yourself that I missed?
No, what I hope that we can talk about a lot today is Saving America, and where I'm really putting all of my time and energies now to create something, a platform, a digital town hall, a place where people can meet, exchange ideas, crowdfund, a little intellectual friction to make the country better.
Well, yeah, let's get into that, because I think there's another side to a lot of these I call social networks that are popping up that are a little bit more focused, a little more vertical, like Saving America is, and this announcement last week from Reddit, so the popular social news site announced last week planning its own cryptocurrency. So it's a very big deal for its 150 million users, right, per month. The company raised about $50 million in funding via celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Jared Leto, investor Peter Thiel, and plans on giving a portion of the value back through the unnamed digital currency. So let's talk a little bit about that and get your comments on that.
It's to me, it's fascinating. It's exactly what we're doing. We don't have the traffic that Reddit has yet, but we're rapidly gaining acceptance and traction. It's exactly what we're doing with the SA coin. We, very much believe in the future of digital currency. Call it what you want: digital currency, decentralized currency, cryptocurrency. The bitcoins of the world are actually they're not monopoly money. It's real. The SA coin, it's real. There's a real value to it. And yeah, what Reddit announced, we were pleased with. For us, it just validated, what we're doing, and which is complicated. But what we're doing at Saving America is rewarding people for voicing their opinion with currency of the future.
This really means a lot to these social networks I see as this momentum builds for this Bitcoin-like currency. Do you see this really affecting all the social networks as we see today, in a movement towards rewarding people for opinions and stuff like that?
I think to actually have a digital currency takes an incredible amount of sophistication, and to do it right so that it actually has a value. Which eliminates, 95% of the people that will probably try it. Reddit has deep pockets and has a lot of money. I think that they have a very, good chance. And Bitcoin, they're off to the races before anybody knew there was a race. But I think that the financial experience, sophistication, regulations, legalities, those who can play within bounds will create something of great value. And to us, that is a reason to go to Saving America. You're going to get rewarded for doing it. It seemed to us to fit, and I think that Reddit is more or less saying the same thing. Hey, we're going to pay you to come here. The question is does their currency become of value or not? Reddit has a great advantage in that the traffic they already have and the amount of money that they've raised. That's a really great advantage. Does it mean that they'll be successful or not? I don't know, and I don't know any of the players behind it, other than the founder. But I am, and we are at Saving America, very excited, about the SA coin, and very excited to be in this, in the space, and very excited to see the space. It's growing up, and within the next decade, because a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand where's the value. What is I don't get what value I'm getting. It's a hard point to make. So we don't have mainstream acceptance yet. Yet everybody will take their phone and they'll swipe it, and get a cup of coffee, and they're cool with that. They got that part down. Everybody's got that now. You can see that happening at Starbucks near you. But the whole notion of digital currency, it still takes explanation. It's I would say a little bit like the Wild Wild West right now. There is an enormous amount of people getting into it. I think that there'll be a few survivors, and we will be one of them.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Is about building its value. How do you guys see that? Like I said, this is the Wild Wild West, so there's no rules, right? I guess really you're pointing out, right?
Well, no, there is rules. It's there is rules. I mean, if you look at like something like a Bitcoin that's established, it's traded just like foreign currency is traded. So there is actually rules. Somebody like a coin setter who is probably like trailblazing as a trading location. It's not quite everybody gunslinging Wild Wild West at all. There is real rules. There is real regulations. There is real guidelines. And to create something of value, that's not easy to do. But imagine, of course, using technology, it is so likely that a cryptocurrency will be much more a part of our future than it is today. As likely as it is that I can talk to a guy in San Francisco on almost broadcast quality Google Hangout. We're not at Fox, we're not at MSNBC, we're not at CNN. We're just sitting in our offices as if we're sitting next to each other. Who would have believed that 10 years ago? I do believe that early adopters, people who follow track and trend, both currency and anything that's digital, clearly see the future of it. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I think it's just like you said, it's the world we kind of live in right now, right? I mean, it's just what we're getting used to, as you pointed out earlier. We're used to just swiping a card, to get a cup of coffee now, and so using that type of natural ability to move us that direction, this seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, if they ever moved this to the voting standpoint, maybe we get more people to vote.
Well, actually, that's one of the things that we want to do. We're hoping to do. What you will see in future elections, and we're seeing a little bit already, is that candidates will want, the digital currency will help, fund their campaigns. They'll be very interested in it. I would say that, the next presidential election, which is not that far away, you're going to hear a lot more about it as it relates to the candidates that are running. And in our minds, like we don't consider ourselves a political site, although there's a lot of politics debated. We want to be a digital town hall for whatever it is you want to talk about, debate about, or come up with a better answer about. We want to be a place that everybody can go. And if you don't want to, hey, we'll pay you. So if you got an opinion, come on to Saving America. We will pay you for your opinion. So if you don't like the pitch, we'll pay you. Just come and tell us your opinion. You're talking about it all day long anyway.
Absolutely. You might as well get paid for it, right?
That's right.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about Saving America now. We have this chance here. I mean, you guys launched in September, right? Correctly,
Yeah.
Formally. And how long were you in beta before that?
Beta could last forever. I mean, actually, realistically, I would say everybody that's not in beta is in beta, because I get an update to every app I have every other day. So, I mean, when does beta end? Beta never ends. You always want to make, if you have a digital property, you always want to make that digital property better. You want to make it more seamless. You want to make it easier for the people that are coming. I mean, just like we had discussed earlier about Google Hangouts. Like, I think that, and this is coming from a guy who's been on television for 3 decades, this is really cool, but it's not intuitive to me. And it's Google. Come on, guys, what's up? You're Google. You had to walk me through how to do it, or set it up so that it looks exactly like it looks right now. And yes, it was easy once you walked me through it. But so how about it, Google? You guys in beta, or is this the real thing? I would say this will get better and better and better, just like anything will. So we love our site, and we're gonna improve our site forever, and we're gonna do it based on the interaction with what they say. The experience of the user is what matters the most. And everybody talks about engagement. Without engagement, you're a ghost town.
Absolutely, and I think when I look at town halls like yourself, social networks like yourself, however you want to call it, I think it's just indicative of what Facebook has really become, this behemoth that really has no thread, no common thread to talk about. I mean, you could talk about probably what you want to do on Saving America and Facebook, but I don't know how you're going to really get a lot of traction on your opinion there.
Well, look, Facebook was supposed to be a place to go personally. It evolved into many, many different directions. And, when a company goes public and, Wall Street becomes your boss, there's all sorts of things that you need to do to increase. You got to show positive motion. The original business plan was to convert the resistors, which hasn't happened. The resistors, they're still resistant. They'll never watch this. And they'll never be on Facebook. And some people really, value their privacy, and others are very worried about their privacy. So they're not going to Facebook either. But if you want to make the leap from, ironically, 70% of people who go onto Facebook click onto a news site. Facebook was not for news, but 70% will click over to a news site. So it has a little bit of directional influence. But people are bashful about talking about their opinions. If you have real strong opinions about things, be careful how you say it and where you say it. It's permanent. This interview that me and you are doing, it's permanent. It's forever. And that's the thing about Saving America. And Saving America, Courtney Jones, who's the founder of it, he's I don't know how many different ways I can describe this visionary. Who I've done business with for 25 years. Wow. Courtney came to me actually almost 30 years ago with what was basically the idea that I would say became Google, and launched a paid search. It was called findwhat.com. They went public, did extraordinarily well. This is all before Google. Courtney had this vision. When he called me about Saving America, I thought, wow, how did you topped your previous success. It's a brilliant idea. It is the future. It's going to happen soon. The next election, just as an example, I don't want to harp on politics because we don't consider ourselves just a political site, but the next election is going to be influenced so greatly by cryptocurrency and by what goes on online. And the problem with the country right now is there's so many people that are disenfranchised. The biggest debate we got going on right now is about the Electoral College. Should every person's vote count? Should the President of the United States be elected by the popular vote or Electoral College, which is flawed, but it's in the Constitution. Unless you want to do an end run around the Constitution. But 11 states have already they've already approved legislation. It's done deal. 11 states. Basically, when they get to the critical number, 270 votes, the way that we vote for president will change forever. And in essence, it's an end run around the Constitution. It's a highly, highly debatable topic. Like Dick Morris is on the site. You should go to Saving America, just look at that debate, and look at the people that we've attracted that are giving their opinions. And it's really, to me, a great education, maybe through the debate of very, very, in that case, high-profile people. and a lot of others. Maybe we'll come up with a better answer. Who knows? But I know that one place to do it is here in the digital world where everybody can go, and people are going there. I mean, it's just it's not because it's my opinion. The statistics are overwhelming for where we spend our time, where we get our information, how we get our information, and what we will and we won't say, anywhere on the internet.
Oh, absolutely, and I think you make a very good point that it's really democracy meets technology, right? I mean, it's time has come and get on that train, right?
Yeah, well, democracy. That's right, and meets technology, and sparks are flying. And you do have a person sitting in the Oval Office right now who I studied for starting when he ran. And how his digital prowess, he's sitting in the Oval Office because the swing vote was none of the voting blocks that everybody talked about. It was digital. He owned it. He got into the White House, into the Oval Office using technology. I got texted all the time. I still get emails 3 times a day. He's all over me. The White House is all over me still, everywhere. They do it very, very well. Corporate America has copied them. The Fortune 1000 has studied what he's done, and everybody's sort of caught up. But this is the thing about technology is that the fact that technology is evolving, nothing new. It's been evolving our entire lives. The rate at which it's evolving, we've never seen before. Warp speed. It means by the time I finish my sentence, I'm giving you information that's out of date. You're a week old, you're too old already to learn the new technology. It's that fast. So it's those who, and that's what's so great about Courtney. He's been here before in a world that moved really fast. And there was an internet bubble and an internet burst, and he was not only a survivor, but he prospered. He had an idea first, and he put it together perfectly, just like we're doing at Saving America now.
Wow, that's a great story. Well, anyway, we'll close off the interview. How do people get started with Saving America? Just go to savingamerica.com?
Yeah, go there, sign up. We will pay you for your opinion. The more the merrier. We want to hear what you want to talk about. Anything. You want to talk about it, we want to hear your opinion.
Nice. Okay, well, that was Eric Yaverbaum, the CCO of Saving America, enabling your voice to be heard on important American issues, which is democracy through technology. And so this Greg Gloria, a.k.a. Social Greg on Twitter for the Nerd Stalker Media Network, where we believe in tech, startups, design, and you. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be careful out there. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for having me on there.
Thank you. Really appreciate your time.